Hello loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be breaking down the full moon in Aquarius that is happening on August 12th. We're going to break down the planetary positions. We're going to look at the major aspects. We'll give a little bit of a spell guide, and we'll look at the tarot and the oracle for this specific moon. So for this full moon, we have a sun in Leo, moon in Aquarius, Mercury in Virgo, Venus in Leo, Mars is going to be in Taurus, Jupiter in Aries in retrograde, Saturn in Aquarius in retrograde, Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces in retrograde, and Pluto in Capricorn in retrograde. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of retrogrades going on, right? This full moon is going to be something, okay? Especially because Aquarius and Leo is opposite to each other. So the energies can be very mirroring at times. We do have a sun in opposition to the moon. So there might feel like a little bit of a misalignment with, what you want to do versus what you need to do. We have a sun square with Mars as well. There's definitely going to be a consequence when it comes to actions, whether it be like, let's say you set an intention a while back and you actually didn't end up pursuing it, or you've been kind of half-assing it. You might see the consequences of that. You can't, this is giving like you can only blame yourself and your actions. It's like how you feel or what you want is not reflected in your actions. So you're gonna have to reevaluate that for this particular moon. The sun will also be in an opposition to Saturn. So there's definitely a lot of things karmically happening. If you've been wasting a lot of time, if there's certain things that you've been needing to work on but haven't worked on it for whatever reason, I recommend you get it together, because you might feel, a little bit getting some karmic hits throughout this time. Because Saturn's like, okay, but you set the intention for this and you want to do this, but you want to complain and you want to get mad, but you are not inconsistent. Like you're very inconsistent. So how are you supposed to succeed exactly? Like, explain it to me. So you might feel a little bit some issues there, especially when it comes to grounding. You're gonna need to ground for this particular full moon. Sun will also be in a square with Uranus, so there's gonna be certain things that are going to be a consequence of your actions, like literally a little bit chaotic. And it came up in the tarot cards, so I'm excited to kind of share, and look at the tarot cards for this, because it came up in it. Both Saturn and Uranus came up in it. So listen, there is a lot of you're gonna find yourself with a little bit of chaos happening. You're gonna see things kind of play out in an interesting way. Certain things might not go as you had originally planned, so be gentle with yourself. Take it easy. Don't rush like everything. Don't just hold yourself accountable. Hold that mirror to your face and say, you know what, I haven't been doing this. You know what, I should have been doing this. I didn't. I've been slacking. I should have done way better, and I haven't been. If you need to literally hold yourself to the fire, hold yourself to the fire. But you are going to, if you are literally avoiding it, Uranus is going to trigger that unexpectedly. So stay tuned for the unexpected. The moon will also be in a square with Mars, so a lot of intense passions. Be careful getting into arguments or discussion. This kind of aspect, it can lead to an emotional breakdown, to be honest. So be gentle with yourself and others. If you need to if you need space, or if you need time to kind of process how you're feeling, step away. Great time to do a cleansing and just cleanse away any energies that have been particularly dense, that are not putting you in the best of moods, because you just don't want to be in a rough spot. You don't want to put yourself in a rough spot. The moon will also be in a conjunction with Saturn. So this is going to be emotionally, you're going to feel like you're getting a little bit of karma, or you're getting a little bit of like you knew why it's happening. You know why it's happening. It's because you haven't done this. But it's like admitting it to yourself is a shot at the ego, but that's already happening. So it's like a very reflective, intuitive time. If you're feeling like things are really, really heavy or hard right now, Saturn is holding you to the water. The moon will also be in a square with Uranus. This can make it so you can have an emotional outburst or emotional breakdown. So again, be very gentle with yourself. If I were y'all, okay, I would take it very easy. I would specifically focus on making sure that I'm feeling good. Maybe watch a movie, do a spiritual bath, relax. you know, journal, write. It's a great time to do those kind of like go back to basics kind of spell work, the things that you know are going to make you feel good. Nothing too crazy elaborate, because the way that the planets are set up is not for a crazy ritual type of thing. It's very much like a lot of introspection and a lot of holding yourself accountable energy. Venus will be in a trine with Neptune. This is great for spiritual work when it comes to navigating your emotional energy, your intuitive energies, and also to get support from your spirits. So if you wanted to just pray with your spirits or be in, you know, just if your ritual, you just want to be like, you know what, spirit, guide me through this. How do I process this? Can you help me heal? Can you heal me? Like, I would do that instead of doing some crazy ritual to do X, Y, Z, and B. You know, like I would kind of keep it low key for this specific full moon. Venus will also be in an opposition to Pluto, and this can be very intense, very passionately intense, especially if there's something that you know you want or you know you need to do but you haven't. It's like, okay, now you really have to hold yourself to the fire. Like, I have to do this. I cannot continue to do this to myself. I'm literally just gonna hate myself more if I continue to not allow myself to thrive. Like, this is not how I want to feel energy, right? So because of the intensity of Pluto, we're going to be going through a very deep transformation, but once we come out of it, it will come out of it at our best. That's the good thing about it. Mars will also be in a square with Saturn. Okay, so your actions have consequences. Cannot stress that enough. Your actions have consequences. If there's anything that you know you literally like should have handled, you're gonna see that come up because you didn't handle it. So just, okay. Mars will also be in conjunction with Uranus. So there's a lot of different unexpected breakthroughs, breakdowns. You might be getting text messages, blah, 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 left and right, and something happened, and then boom, like all out of the blue, out of the straight blue. So keep that in mind. It's a lot of, you know, chaos energy. It's a lot of unexpected energy. It's a lot of karmic energy. This full moon is not to be, you know, love and lighting. This is a lot of, you can do a lot of shadow work for this particular full moon. I highly recommend focusing on that. Mars will also be in conjunction with Uranus, and Mars will also be in a trine with Pluto. So there's a lot of, again, our actions are going to force us to transform. It's going to be a moment where you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to like allow yourself to transform. This is also a great moon to kind of do a what's it called? That thing where like family and friends come together and like I can't remember the word right now. Y'all can tell me in the comments because I can't remember right now. I know what it is, but I can't remember right now. When you like have like that, like the family and the friends come over and tell that person like, hey, you know, you've been doing X, Y, Z, and B, and we're worried about you, X, Y, Z. I can't remember what it's called, but you guys know what it's called. But this is a great time to do that, but it might feel a little bit intense as well. Saturn will also be in a square with Uranus. There's still a lot of karmic stuff going on right now that needs to be taken care of. But let us talk about the cards, okay? So we have the Star card, the card of Destiny, and the card of Aquarius. The World card, the card of Saturn, literally. The Seven of Wands. When I tell you, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and it's like trying to stay on course of that destiny. But Saturn is like checking in, like, have you really been staying on course of your destiny? Because I don't see it. Where is it? Where's it at? Where is you staying on course? Because all I'm seeing is you wasting your time. And then we have the King of Cups and the Empress. So when we come out of this, we'll come out of this for our betterment. It's just that it's gonna feel like this. It's gonna feel like this first. But if you do the work for this full moon, you'll be able to be a little bit more emotionally grounded with yourself, but also tap back into your fertility and tap back into your prosperity work. But it's a lot. This is a check-in. One of the things I said this week, if you go watch the weekly healing circle, is that this is the mid-year check-in where you're supposed to check in on the things that you set intention for at the beginning of the year. And if you didn't handle that, okay. And then we have recognition, we have hope, And then we have contentment. Okay, there's a lot of things that if you're not happy with your life and the direction of your life right now, that's what's getting called into action. That's what's getting like brought to your awareness, so you can do something about the things that are getting in the way of you getting there. Okay, it's literally for your own good, but it's gonna seem like it's like a little heavy. It's not. It's gonna seem like you can't win right now. Okay, now we also have full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. Believe in the impossible, because you have to believe in yourself, especially if you want to succeed and achieve something. You need to make sure that you believe in yourself. Then we have, you are very close to achieving your goal, and it's time to take action, because some of you have been wasting time. Jupiter in Aries is in retrograde right now, so it is the time to get it together, and prosperity lies ahead, because that's why the Empress is there. It's like at the end of this really chaotic rainbow, you'll be fine. Okay, trust the process, trust the chaos, but you'll be fine. Okay, so that was the breakdown for the full moon in Aquarius. I hope that you guys, do what you need to do. I hope that you guys got all the messages that you needed. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a blessed day.